What's up, YouTube? Today is a great day. You know why it's a great day? Because it's a day to talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars. And any day that you can do that, well, that's kind of a lie. Not every time that you talk about them is necessarily good. But this day will be good. So we are going to talk about the offensive line breakdown. And we're going to kind of dive a little bit into what can they be this year. Is it a bad group, like the media tends to tell you? Is it an average group, or is it a really good group? You're going to get my opinion, which is what you're here for, hopefully, if not to mock me. We're going to dive right into it. So we're going to go from left to right. And I didn't pull up any, Pro Football Focus stats, tell you what the higher-ups think, and technically how they did. I'm just going off of what I saw, what I remember looking at last season, just last season, not the scope of their careers. Specifically, off of last season, the most recent film that we have on these guys, and we are just going to jump right into it right now. Cam Robinson. He's aight. He aight. He ain't bad, but he ain't all that great, I guess. He's passable. He is what he is, you guys. As long as he stays healthy, which I believe he played all 16 games last year. I think he's a much better run blocker than he is. Someone's calling me, excuse me. I think he's a much better run blocker than he is a pass blocker. I said I wasn't going to get into their whole career, but his rookie year kind of showed. When he was healthy, we had one of the top running games, and I think Leonard Fournette really benefited from running off that left side there. I think he did a really good job. However, his passing has always been, and it was last season, a little bit inconsistent. My honest opinion, I think, now I hope I'm wrong, I really hope I'm wrong, because I do like Cam, but I have a really funny feeling that barring injury, well, if there is an injury, then definitely Walker Little will be your left tackle from this season until he proves to be a bust or he proves to be great. Who knows? But Cam Robinson, I feel like this may be his last year. I feel like the Jags tagged him because they thought that he would be passable. They thought he'd be better than anything else in the market. They didn't want to give up all that capital for Orlando Brown, which I agree with. They didn't think they were going to be able to get any kind of the top-tier tackles in the draft at 25, which I don't remember off the top of my head who was available, who wasn't. And they weren't going to give the ridiculous contract that Trent Williams got from the 49ers. So when you look at it that way, Cam wasn't such a bad deal. Like I said, I hope that I am proven wrong, but I have a feeling that this is the last season that we will see Cam Robinson in a Jaguar uniform. But if he's healthy, and hopefully with the teaching of Urban Meyer, and it's kind of the same thing with Jawan Taylor. I'm really, really banking and hoping on Urban Meyer's coaching to really enhance them, because I know he's talked about that a couple times in this offseason, how he likes Jawan Taylor and Cam Robinson, but he just thinks that their best is yet to come, that they just need better coaching to bring out the best in them, pretty much. I feel like I'm being a little redundant, but what else can I say? But if I had to bet money, if I had to put down a 5 or a 10 or a 20 or whatever, because I'm broke, I don't have that much money, I would say this is probably the last year that Cam Robinson is the Jaguar. I would say from 2022 on, Walker Little is probably your left tackle. I think the Jaguars really, really like him, and I think that the first chance they get to put him in the starting lineup, I think they're going to do it. Moving on over to Andrew Norwell. Andrew Norwell played very, very solid last year. Played very well. Wasn't bad. First year, he was trash. This past year, he was aight. He wasn't bad. Some may say he was even good. He plays out his whole contract, possibly because he has that connection with Urban Meyer, as long as he stays healthy. He might even get an extension, and he will probably, in my opinion, he'll probably be a Jaguar for a good amount of time to come. Brandon Linder, the center. He's been our center now since the 2014 season. And outside of his a little bit inconsistent history with injuries, he's arguably one of the best draft picks David Caldwell had ever made. He's consistently in the top year in and year out. He was last year. He was rated, I just saw it the other day. I want to say he was at least in like the top 3 of all the stats for centers in the NFL for Pro Football Focus. Brandon Linder's a good player. He's a really good player. The only thing with him, he's got to stay healthy. Hopefully he stays healthy for Trevor. I can't remember who it was. I want to say it was Pete Prisco and Tony Baselli on Jaguars Monday. We're having the debate on whether or not like it would be better to cut Brandon Linder and start Tyler Shatley to save the $9 million. And I believe Tony Baselli was the one that was saying, like, no, like a rookie quarterback like Trevor Lawrence needs a guy like Brandon Linder, and he's absolutely right. And I think Brandon Linder will definitely help Trevor's transition to the NFL a lot better than another center would. I really like Brandon Linder. Again, as long as he stays healthy, he is a top 5 center in the NFL. No need to go further on that. Moving on over to A.J. Cann. A.J. Cann, I thought he was a bum. I thought he was a scrub. I thought he wasn't no good. But he was pretty solid last year. I'm not going to lie. I didn't really notice a whole lot of times like in previous years where he's getting mauled over and getting blown off the line of scrimmage. Didn't notice that a whole lot this past year. Now, is A.J. Cann this all-pro guard? Am I saying that? No. Is he better than Andrew Norwell? Maybe not. Probably not. But he's not that bad. I really like the Jaguars' interior 3. Those 3 guys right there. I think Urban Meyer does too. I think that's why we didn't really invest a whole lot in the offensive line outside of Walker Little. And again, I think that's because Cam Robinson was just kind of a best case in a bad situation for the left tackle market. And I really think that unless Cam Robinson just blows away expectations and has the best year of his career, and Trevor Lawrence is upright and good and doesn't get touched, and the running game is top 5 in the league, which it should be with Etienne and Robinson, I don't think Cam's coming back. Could be wrong, but we'll see. We will see. Jawan Taylor. I met Jawan Taylor, so automatically I have a special place in my heart for the guy. I hope the guy does great. I hope that he truly lives up to the hype. I remember, and I want to know how many of you guys remember this too, put it down in the comments, but there was severe talk, heavy talk, that he was going to be our pick at the 7th spot, where we ended up picking Josh Allen that year. There was heavy speculation, heavy discussion that Jawan Taylor would be our pick there. And he ended up being there in the 2nd round. And we all thought that was a great deal. The national media, for once, threw us a cookie, said that was a great deal, great bargain for us to have. And we all had such high hopes for him. His rookie year, he really, and there I go talking about more than just last season. I can't help myself. I talk. That's why I make YouTube videos. But his rookie year, he held a lot. And I noticed that this past season, he cleaned that up a lot, but still was kind of inconsistent with his pass blocking. I think Jawan Taylor, I do not think he's a bad right tackle. I'm not saying that. I don't think Jawan Taylor is an all-pro right tackle. I'm not saying that either. I think him and Cam kind of fall in the same category. I think they're okay. I think they're passable. I think they're average NFL tackles. And I'm really hoping, because this is my heart's desire, again, that Urban Meyer, I almost said Urban Lawrence, Urban Meyer and that coaching staff that he's brought in will take them from average to elite. It's my hope. And plus, having a quarterback that doesn't run out of a clean pocket Minshew, I'm looking at you, will help them as well. And then behind the offensive line, I mean, I believe when I did my 53-man prediction, I have Walker Little, I have Tyler Shatley, excuse me, and then I have Ben Barch, who was a 5th-round pick, I believe, last year. He's like a tackle guard, kind of hybrid. He can kind of play both. But I think he mostly would be fit for the inside. And of course, Tyler Shatley, he's the reserve center, and he can play guard as well. That's really all I got there as far as the reserves go. But I mean, I think this unit as a whole, we're average. We're average. Don't let the national media fool you into thinking the Jaguars have a bad offensive line. First off, an undrafted rookie running back, who went for how many yards? 1,300 yards total last year. The O-line can't be too bad. It can't be too bad. The Jags' offensive line is not bad. It's not elite. It's not this fantastic, wonderful, shut down, line of scrimmage offensive line. But it's not as bad as people make it out to be. And with that, we have a little bit of hope. Trevor has a little bit of hope. Travis Etienne and James Robinson have a little bit of hope. And with that, we kind of all have a little bit of hope as Jaguar fans. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hit like if you love your Jaguars. If you're not subscribed to this amazing YouTube channel, I urge you to subscribe. If you love the Jags and you hate the Titans, have a great day.